They said I am crazy. They call my experiments a crime against nature. That it will never work. But they were mistaken. Wake up, my creature. And now go, my creatures, and spread fear and terror. Welcome, hobby enthusiasts. I'm Benne here at minimaltabletop, and this Halloween I want to bring grotesque creatures to life with you. This video is about the grotesques of the Drukhari, which I convert of AOS crypt flayers and parts of the Talos kit. At first I built the crypt flayer pretty much according to the instructions for the torso and the legs, but I take care not to use parts that are too fantasy and don't fit into the 31st millennium. I clip off the appropriate parts, clean them up, and glue them together as it's shown in the manual. I don't need the head of the crypt flayer. I leave the arms for now because I will change and position them later on. For this I cut off a little bit of the left arm already. Now I pick out the parts from the Talos kit that make a grotesque out of the crypt flayer, clip them off and clean them up before I start the operation. I prepare the parts before I put them on, and to get a feeling for how I want to attach them later. Where there's too much material, I simply clip it off. Now for the creature's left arm. I look how I would like to put the parts together later and cut away the parts I don't need and clean them up after. Then I test how I can attach the small syringe arm. And on the right arm I cut some of the extra bones and put the vessel on it. Then I glue the arm to the body. Now it's green stuff time. 1 part yellow, 1 part blue, and then net it properly until it's a green mass. Now I start modeling. First I roughly adjust everything with my fingers and then moisten the modeling tool a bit with water and use it to give the green stuff its proper form. I smooth the green stuff and draw some furrows where I find it appealing. In the same way I attach the arm to the model and place it as I like it. The mask gets a lump of green stuff and I model a small hollow so that it fits better to the neck and smooth the joints with my modeling tool. I push back in the eye slits so that no green stuff comes out. I also model the tubes from the helmet into the body. And I modeled a small syringe arm with green stuff on the side of the model, because I like the arm there better. I model the bone structure on the back of the Grotesque with 3 lumps of green stuff. I smooth it out so that it fits well together. Now glue some bone splinters and cannulas and the AOS Crit Flare has become a Drukhari Grotesque, ready to pounce on its prey. But we are not finished yet, because the grey plastic still needs some color. Therefore I sprayed the Grotesque Mechanicus standard grey. I have prepared several Grotesque in the individual and intermediate steps and show the individual painting steps as examples. For the basic layers I only paint the left arm of our Grotesque. I start with Rakarth Flesh that I apply with 2 thin layers for the skin and bones. The armor parts get 2 thin layers of Screamer Pink. The metal claw and parts of the vessels I paint directly from the pot with Leadbelcher. Some metal elements and ornaments I paint with Balthasar Gold. I apply 2 layers of Moot Green for the vessels. The fur and the crotch I paint with Mournfang Brown. Afterwards I shade the whole skin and the green vessels with Coelia Greenshade. The bones, metals, mask, armor parts and hair get a coat of Agrax Earthshade. The bar and muscle fibers I shade with Druchii Violet for a particularly disturbing and unhealthy look. After the shade has dried, I dry brush the skin, bones and hair with Rakarth Flesh, which brings out the details even better. Finally I highlight the mask and armor plates with 1 or 2 diluted layers of Khorne red. I do the same with Moot Green on the vessel. I made the base with Martian iron crust that I inked with Druchii Violet and the edge is painted in Skavenblight tinge. And then I added some psychedelic grass. I bathed the blades in blood with blood for the blood god. These Drukhari Grotesque were one of my first and are still one of my favorite conversions of all time. I hope you enjoyed the Halloween special. If you did, please leave me a like or subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. So, until next time, and remember, keep fighting grey plastic.